Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Professor Dr. Hussein Bashkolachi. Today, my topic is World Blood Donors Day because 14th June is celebrated every year as a World Blood Donors Day. That's a very important occasion and is recognized day from WHO, UNICEF, United Nations, and all the member countries and the international community. So this is a public health issue because blood is basically a lifeline. So if you are interested, as well as if you are a student or even a public health specialist or any other field, the Blood Donors Day is very relevant topic for everybody. But I will request the medical students to listen carefully till the end of this video. And the name of my YouTube channel is Dr. Hussein Bolachi. And we are updating, uploading, and giving the latest information on public health issues, public health nutrition, and other major public health problems like COVID epidemics. So thank you very much for sparing time for this video. Please share it, like it, and subscribe it so that new information is shared with you. Uh, Coming to the topic side, you can see this picture is of Dr. Lancaster from United Kingdom or UK. Normally we call it Britain. He was born in 1868 and died 1943, got Nobel Prize, and he was the person who actually identified and specified the blood group. Now we call A, O, B, or ABO group blood system. And we also have a negative and positive that is basically related to the first blood transfusion and the identification of a protein in the blood of the rhesus monkeys. Therefore, we call it Rh factor. And this is, if present, your blood is positive. And if it is not present, then your blood is negative. So ABO is a recognized blood group typing system and practiced all over the world, particularly in the modern medicine. So 14th June is the birthday of Dr. Lancaster. That's why this day is celebrated as Blood Donors Day. And because of its contribution, uh, the WHO as well as United Nations from 2005, the World Donors Day is celebrated world over to create awareness as well as to thank those who are giving their blood to the patients and saving lives. The topic of this year is solidarity, save the lives, donate blood. So this is an important concept because blood is rare in supply as well as shortage in supply, and only humans can donate the blood to other human beings. So it is basically a humanity and mankind issue. You can see that a lot of people, some of the pictures, they have flowers in there. They all are blood donors, and they are celebrating and enjoying and giving a message that blood donor can be important service to the mankind. Every healthy person can donate the blood uh, every 4 months or quarterly. So you can give at least 3 to 4 times blood in a year. And the rare blood groups are important, particularly the negative and some other I shall discuss. Once again, I remind that Dr. Hussain Bashkolati YouTube channel will provide latest and updated information on public health topics. So you can see that on the one side, a needy patient is on the bed, and on the other side, a volunteer, a smile with a smiling face, is donating the blood and it is being transfused. So both lives and both donors, they are actually helping in a very uh, crucial moment of the life. Coming to the slide of the 14th July, every year countries around the world celebrate World Blood Donors Day. The event serves to raise awareness of the need for safe blood and blood products and to thank voluntary unpaid blood donors. Once again, I emphasize unpaid blood donors for their life-saving gift of the blood to the other needy people, whether they are their neighbor or they are the citizen of the same country, or sometimes the blood transfusion is international assignment also or service also. A blood service that gives patients access to safe blood and blood products is sufficient in sufficient quantity is a key component of an effective health system. The global theme of the World Donors Day changes each year. So this year is to show solidarity, save the lives, donate the blood. Then uh, you can see that the blood is not only life-saving for the patients, but it is a part of service, social linkage, social service, as well as in emergencies, disasters, accidents, and particularly during the deliveries, the postpartum hemorrhage, you can see save the lives of the mothers as well as to the child. So these are important occasions, and there are certain diseases, and particularly in children, we need a regular blood supply because certain diseases like thalassemia, hemophilia, and other blood disorders, they require a regular blood transfusion in a very qualified and scientific center. In Pakistan, we have Hussaini banks, and in every university, the students, they are having their own blood banks and societies. They have their list. Even in cities, there are certain NGOs, they are operating. Uh, in Pakistan, I think the Hilal Ahmar is one of the organization which provides even the blood needed during the war and other crisis situations or political difficulties or war between two or many countries. So blood is one of the important life-saving medical intervention. Blood transfusion saves lives and improves health, but many patients requiring transfusion do not have timely access to safe blood. That is important. Regular, voluntary, unpaid blood donors are also the safest group of the donors, as the prevalence of blood-borne infections is lowest among these donors. Blood-borne infections include hepatitis B, C, HIV, AIDS, even malaria, and certain other genetic disorders. And if hemoglobin is less than 12 or it is low, then the blood transfusion is also one of the risky for the donor. So every parameter of the donor is important, that he should be at the optimal health, and the age should be above 18 or it should be adult. The children of thalassemia, they require regular blood, and also if there is hemophilia, and other blood disorders. But in Pakistan, anemia, particularly iron deficiency anemia, can be treated not with the blood, but even with the balanced diet and iron supplements and taking iron rich fruits and vegetables and other food items, and even the food fortification with the iron and iron sulfate and other materials can also improve the nutritional capacity. Vitamin B12 is required for the maturation of the blood cells, so vitamin supply is also there. Sickle cell anemia and other diseases can be diagnosed quickly, and we can have this picture also shows that how blood transfusion is important. The life of the family sometimes depends on the life of a single uh, family member. And if the blood is timely given, life is saved, particularly during emergencies, earthquakes, and other disasters or accidents, or during the complicated pregnancy. These blood transfusion services are important. Even in surgery, almost all the surgeries, they require the blood transfusion. So unpaid safe blood transfusion system is also important. This is how the blood banks, we call pint of the blood or blood keeping system, they must be safe and they must be clean, and even after use they must be disposed in a proper way. They should not be left unattended or disposed without care. So every blood uh, bag or any blood system requires a name, blood group, date, so on and so forth. And even it is necessary that it should be written that it is unpaid voluntary blood. Uh, Normally, the human body 7 to 8% comprises the blood. So your weight, if it is 70 kilo, 70%, 7 to 8% is because of the blood. But 5 liter blood is circulating every time in an adult male or female, and it has red blood cells, it has plasma, it has white blood cells as well as platelets. So these are the components of the blood, and now they are used separately also. Sometimes in patients you transfuse the platelets only, and in certain packed cells, and sometimes you transfuse the whole blood also. Particularly during the snake bite, we test the blood clotting time, and if it is more than 10%, then ASV or envenomation of the snake is also confirmed. And in Parker and other areas, this uh, anti-snake venom is given, and sometimes you require the transfusion also. This shows the blood group system A, B, as well as AB and O group. Certain reactions also can occur if the blood transfusion is not properly matched. So the O is universal donor and AB is universal recipient. But for A, B, both minus plus, the matching is important, and even post matching should also be a regular feature. And all the preventive measures, emergency care, emergency drugs for dealing with the anaphylactic or any other reaction should carefully be monitored. So this is another chart showing the how the blood is retrieved from a voluntary or from a human source. Coming to the few last slides, you can have very rare blood group. One is called golden blood group or RH null blood group. It is so rare. It is not of a golden color. It is same as a red color of the other bloods. But because of its rarity, In 6 million people, only one person can have this blood group. And if emergency occurs, you can see the difficulty of getting access of this rare blood group. That's why it is called RH null or golden blood group. Another blood is called Bombay blood group or HH blood group because it was discovered in Bombay city, nowadays called Mumbai in India in 1952. It is also rare, but it is common in South Asian population. So it is also called HH blood group because there is no A, B, O. This system is not working and you will not identify. So you should have the another approach that it might be HH blood group or Bombay blood group. So this is how the different blood groups and different human beings are circulating, and the total lifespan of the RBCs is 120, and of WBC and white cells is shorter, almost about 20 days. So we can have all these parameters, and the science which deals with the blood is called hematology. Lot of laboratories and blood banks are carefully working and under supervision. Even in our ISRA University and when I was in the University of Health Sciences or DOW, the blood banks are working around the clock and the trained staff is there. So this is actually the theme of World Donors Day, and Dr. Hussein Bashkolachi YouTube channel. Thanks for your attention, and I hope if any question, any query, please write down in the comments. And these slides and pictures are taken from various sources. So I acknowledge for using all these material for your information, and I have no conflict of interest, and this is only educational channel and to spread the information. Once again, I thank you and thank you very much.